Hello and welcome to Shooting the Shit episode 166, I think. Now, there's no one here with me today. Well, there might be someone coming, but I've not heard back yet, so don't know what's going on with that. The narwhal is away today, so I'm pretty much on my own until someone gets back to me. So, that's about it. Yeah. And I'm slightly late because sort of that and sort of fucking about a wee bit, just slightly, and time ran out and stuff. Anyway, so we've got this thing there. Remember the super seducer thing? There's that. So yeah, that's been on, seemingly cancelled for the PlayStation 4. I didn't even know it was on PlayStation 4, but seemingly, yes, it was on the PlayStation 4. So I don't know exactly what's happened, but as you can see, it's been cancelled following complaints from feminists. Well, of course, because that's basically what they do, bitch and moan until something gets banned. So feminists at Vice motherboard, yes, the same Vice that male feminists writing for them while sexually abusing women. Complained to Sony about Richard Lee Runa's Super Seducer, a game that teaches involuntary celibate men how to rid themselves of virginity and embrace the warm boozing of one night stands. Complaints from feminists did not fall on deaf ears. Sony obliged by forfeiting the game from being published on the PlayStation Store. Proud feminist Samantha Coe apparently doesn't have much of a problem with Vice's current culture of mistreating women, but she certainly has a problem with the pickup artist game Super Seducer. The staff at Motherboard and other progressive media outlets complained about the game repeatedly leading up to its March 6th release, and presented pre-tested Sony about it heading into launch. The game was supposed to have simultaneously release on PC and PS4 starting March 6th, but only the PC version was released. I think this game, I don't know about £11, but like, I would just get that just to put it on YouTube, just because. Apparently the nagging paid off, and Sony responded to the outlet informing them that they won't allow Super Seducer on the PS4. Super Seducer, a choose your own adventure game that teaches men how to harass women. I don't think it does that. Using pickup artist tactics, was set to be released on the PlayStation 4 today. However, PlayStation has confirmed to Motherboard that the platform will not sell the game in its store after all. Like, who cares? If you don't like it, don't buy it. Like, what is this pish? Right. Apparently, in the eyes of feminists, it's okay to sexually abuse, harass and rape real women at Vice Media, but if there's even a hint of creepiness in a game like Super Seducer, it has to be banned, censored and barred from release. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people that worked at Vice have been sort of convicted of sexual harassment, so yeah, it's fucked up, man. Just the whole thing's fucking retarded. If you need an idea of what Super Seducer is like, YouTuber Bryanson has a preview of the game that you can check out below. Yeah, we've done this. We've seen that. We played it last time when they were complaining about trying to get it banned from Steam. But Steam has got it, so they didn't work. It doesn't even look that good. It looks more funny than anything else. I think it might be a good one to play through on YouTube, to be fair. Motherboard repeatedly tried contacting Valve about how to allow in Super Seducer on Steam in the hopes of getting the game banned. Yeah, that's what they do. And basically Steam was like, no. Very similar to how right-wing Christian groups threatened Valve to remove or force games like House Party and Strangers in a Strange Land to undergo heavy censorship. As pointed out by the video-based video culture critics like Jim Sterling have been proven to be aptly wrong about their assessment of feminists wanting to take your games away, because that's exactly what they're doing, and they're receiving plenty of help from the supposedly conservative Republicans too. Well, of course they are, because it's conservatives wouldn't like it as well. They're like, it's messed up. Horseshoe theory, man. Which brings us up to the Trump thing later as well. That's a good segue. Nevertheless, there's a concerted effort by feminists to get Super Seducer removed off Steam and banned from being sold anywhere. There are unbridled, rage-filled debates in Steam forums for Super Seducer centered around whether or not the game should be removed from Steam. It appears that simply trying to teach men how to be better pick-up artists is so triggering to feminists that they can't even allow comedic, fictional media based on the pick-up artist culture to make its way into the realm of interactive entertainment. If you're interested in checking out Super Seducer before it gets completely banned due to the shrieking from unloved feminists with low self-esteem, you can pick up the digital copy right now from the Steam store for $12.99. So I don't know how much that is in pounds, but so it'll be about £12. It always are. It's fucking piss take. So yeah, there's that. There's that. Right, give me a second. I'm just setting up the guy that's supposed to come. Yeah, I'll get this sorted and then we'll have someone in, which is good. Maybe in a second. It's hard for you to know the first thing. Right, so this is the next one. So this is what is sort of ties in. There's not a lot this week, to be fair. But I will rage. So there's that. Yeah, that. Sorry, I was still setting this up. There he goes. Right. Gotcha. Hello?
Hello?
There we go. Oh, is that an echoing back to you?
Yes, it is.
Give me a second. There you go.
Okay.
Yep.
Sounds fine.
Yep. Right. I know I was a bit slow, but I was reading that article because the show's already started. Anyway, so I've been fucking about, busy. It's dodgy when you've got OBS, voice meter, and all that shit working on at the same time, and you're trying to concentrate on that as well as pull people in here, which is why I need a co-host. That's her job. She's supposed to look at chat.
I am now hearing us from 30 seconds ago, so...
Yes. So anyway, we're live, so... Yeah, I'll get on with this. I've just done one article. I'll put the other two... I've got two. Well, three. Actually, I've got 1, 2, 3 more. Because there's fuck all today. This week, really. There's just segueing into this, and then we can do that, and then of course the big one at the end here. So anyway, so games first. So I'm doing the second one now. Well, the first one that I've typed in there. The gamers call out City News Media in Toronto for video game addiction segment. Now, I don't know if we'd done this last week. I can't remember. But it was still in my bookmarks, so I'm thinking possibly not.
I mean, that is when all this shit blew up. Whether or not you covered it, I don't know.
Yeah, because I don't know if we got to it or not, because we did not get to a few articles last week. So there's that. I don't know if this was one of them. Anyway, can't remember, so I'm going to cover it again. We possibly did, actually. Oh well.
Give it 10 minutes then.
Yeah, City News, Toronto's news, ran 2.5 minute piece about video game addiction and the recent World Health Organisation's attempt to have video games labelled as a mental health disorder. Yeah, we didn't cover this, but we did cover that way back when it happened. I remember that. I was like, oh, does that mean I get 2? I've got like 2 or 3 mental health disorders now.
Hang on. They're saying people who play video games have a mental health disorder?
Yes.
Well, send me that link, because, I mean, if they're saying that, it might as well say that about people who read books, right? Like, you read a book, you do a play, you listen to music, you're fucking defective.
Yeah, no, hang on. I need to sort this shit. I need to sort something out, hang on. Yeah, your voice is too low for everyone else.
Probably. Let's have a look at the settings.
No, it's mine. I'm pretty sure it's
yours.
I think. Because I can hear you fine on this side. It's these...
I see.
It's when it goes to the laptop.
It's always inconvenient.
Yeah. Right, let's try it there, see if that works. Shoot,
Very well.
Yeah, that looks decent. It looks decent enough anyway. It's roughly about the same as what mine's hits, so...
Good enough for government work.
Yeah. Right, yeah. Did you not see the health organisation thing? They're a bunch of mentals,
no,
man.
But it's... I mean, I guess eradicating smallpox, that was... Like, after that, what else are you going to do? You're going to stop video games or something?
Well, no, did you see the other thing? That it's a human right to have babies, which means, so if you're an adult and you haven't had like babies, right, you can also say that you've got a mental health disorder. It's
The
fucking
fuck?
mental. Yeah, did you not see that?
So, okay, so what it sounds like is they basically made mental health disorder literally mean anything.
Yeah, it's mad. Right, so I'm basically 4 times on the mental health disorder thing, cause depression and anxiety. That's 2, right? So the
At
video
least you
game
can put that
addiction. That's
legitimately.
yeah, and that's
I,
3, right? So
well,
video game addiction. That's 3, and
what constitutes addiction? I mean, I'm addicted to water and food, so does that count?
I
Or is
don't
that just
know.
because I have to live? I have to eat to live.
No,
I have to
it's
consume water, otherwise I die.
right, but it's based on how many hours you play video games,
Well,
and
how
it's
do they
quite
know how
low.
many hours?
And it's
Well,
quite low. I was
why
like,
is it
holy
low? What's the
shit!
justification?
I've no idea. I don't know. It's like if you
Well, it's
watch
just
3 movies or something, you're addicted to movies. It was ridiculous. It was like
well,
3
that
or
is
4
ridiculous.
hours. It was like 3 or 4 hours. If you play a game for 3 or 4 hours a day, it was like
So if I watch all of the Lord of the Rings in one go on the extended edition, and then I don't do that again, then I'm still an addict because I did it once. How does this work? Can I have a binge? Can I hit the crack pipe hard of 4K television, and then as long as I go without it for a month, it's like, oh, he's not an addict. He's fine. He just does it once in a while.
yeah,
He
I
just
think
cranks that home theatre system up once in a while. It's okay.
yeah.
You can let him do it. Let him get on with it. He's fine.
Yeah, we'll find it. I'll find it. But it was fucking hilarious. I was laughing my arse off, especially the sex one. If you don't have, everyone has a right to have children, and it was something like if you don't have like a spouse by the age of whatever it was, there's something wrong with you, and that makes you mental as well. So it's fucked up, man. They were a health organisation or like mental. Like in the head, I was like, what the fuck? Holy shit! This is like,
I mean,
wow.
last time I checked, we do still have communicable diseases to deal with. Tuberculosis is on the rise again in developed countries. It seems like a pretty bad thing. We still got all kinds of cancers and stuff to deal with.
Who cares about that? Let's deal with these arbitrary fucking mental health disorders, man. Like,
Well, it's the more worrying thing is it's the creation of it's basically medicalizing every aspect of life. Basically,
yeah,
it's not. Sometimes life is just shit, right? And it's not a medical condition. It's just that is the way the universe is. It's not here to make you happy. It's a cruel and violent place.
it's like, dude, if you're not totally this normal, there's something wrong with you. That's basically what they're saying.
But like I say, medicalizing everything, and of course, I can imagine. Well, if I'm going to go all Alex Jones for a second, it's a way to, like, obviously once you've got a medical condition,
You have to take the drugs, man.
Have to take the drugs. Therefore,
Right.
that's very good for anybody producing drugs. I mean, a good example is the whole Ritalin epidemic use
Yeah.
of in America in particular. Now, it's I watched a documentary about that recently, and it's basically everyone's like, there's a lot of pressure on people to pop these pills for essentially not because you have ADHD, but because they increase focused they hopefully focus on things like schoolwork and stuff. So that these interviews, all these college kids are like, oh yeah, we take them basically to study, not because they have any condition. Just, I mean, if it was some other type of drug, I mean, like,
That's
it's like,
fucking
oh,
mental. Like, there's no
Not-
way they would let like an illegal drug be getting used like that. Like, say
Well, this is the thing,
ecstasy
it's a
or
prescription.
something, or coke would do the same thing, right? And they were all taking it because it helps them study more. They would be getting fucked up all the time, and then the cops would be like, "Nah, mate."
Well,
You know what
this
I mean?
is the thing. Well, this is the thing. It is a prescription medication, but everybody gets hold of it because it is so widely prescribed. It's one of those things. It's like when medical marijuana took off. It's like you go to your doctor and you go, "Oh, I feel a bit depressed." He goes, "Here's a fucking bag of marijuana." Now fuck off. That's basically how the system works. It's like they just write scripts. It's like they all knew what was going on. They just write a script for you.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Well, that
on your
wasn't-
way.
that wasn't exactly what happened to me, but yeah, in America it seems to be that way. Like, not here
Well, they've
so
got a very
much.
different. Well, we've got a very different healthcare system. You've got to remember that, of course.
But yeah,
And a very different. There's all kinds of rules about advertising drugs, which is why, anytime I see, you must have seen them as well. The American drug adverts.
It's
They're
fucking
fucking
awful.
hilarious.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. The only time I've been to America was in Florida, but I did see it even on the cartoon Disney channels, because we were in Disney, so they had drug fucking adverts on there, and I was like, what the fuck? And then also like, what the fuck? Because you're basically advertising drugs to people. It's like, I just found it really weird. It's like, and they're pretty funny as well.
Are you feeling a bit sad and down? Yeah. See if Rioxol is right for you. The General Medical Council has not approved this medication. Obviously, there's a person walking through the forest at this point, and he's looking. Yeah. It's a sunny day, and he's looking through, and he's going, "Ask your doctor if this is right for you." Known side effects have been increased depression, anal bleeding, and death in extreme cases. And it's like, my God, listen to this shit. It's like, why? How the fuck? Why are you even advertising? Because they've got to do it. It's like, okay, you got to advertise your drugs, but you got to say all the bad side effects. So they've got to say this shit.
But they say it so fast, you sort of miss it. They try and say it so fast, you miss it.
They have to say it, and all they can do to try and offset that, and it's such a trope, is they just show some happy person in a nice forest or something, and it's a sunny day, right, whilst smiling people whilst they're talking about like all the ways their drug might fuck you up.
Yeah, this drug could also cause blah 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 blah, and it does that, and your brain just kind of starts shutting off, and you're like, holy shit, because you're already too busy thinking about the anal bleeding and death. That's the bit that sticks in your mind. You're like, they're still going. Like, just end it there. What are you doing? That's not an advertisement. That's fucking ridiculous.
Well, the other thing they have is pharma reps. They're basically hot women who go try to sell drugs to doctors. So use our brand of antidepressants.
Yeah, and I'll give you a blowjob, doctor.
Well, I don't know. Maybe they probably work on commission, so I wouldn't be surprised if a couple have gone that far, to be honest.
They definitely work on commission. Like, no doubt. And some of the doctors that get signed up to that shit work on commission as well. Cunts.
I'll get a nice brown envelope.
Yeah, that's fucking... See, I would say that's against a doctor's oath, man.
Yeah, the Hippocratic Oath, it definitely is.
Yeah, but they do it, and we know in America they do it, and we know they do it. They know they do it, so, like...
Everybody knows.
Right, so why isn't America doing anything? It's mad over there, man. Like, for that thing. It's like, holy shit. Anyway, back to the possible dangers of game addiction. Some of the games that whatever how the fuck do you say that stupid name, interviewed for the segment, aired their frustrations online after they saw the final piece. Of course, that always happens. Never trust journalists, man. Record it and then upload your own version. Is what I would do. The 2.5-minute segment first sets up the Stage, mentioning that the World Health Organization is adding video game addiction to its label of international diseases. He then proceeds to interview various gamers who were in attendance at EGLX gaming convention that took place in Toronto, Canada. Toronto.
Yeah, you're there. Toronto.
Yeah, Toronto. Toronto, Canada. So he goes to this fucking game convention. Of course it would be Canada. Like, why would it not be Canada? Fuck me. Canada's getting
Canada.
Fucked. Exactly. The gamers who were interviewed in the first piece felt they were misconstrued. Or misconstrued, I think it's
misconstrued.
Yeah, and what they had to say about gaming, and that the segment attempted to portray gaming in a negative light. Of course it
Well,
did. This is mainstream
I-
media. Of course it did.
I mean, this is a shocking revelation to me that journalists would go out and try to paint a picture of events that suited something they're already trying to get, rather than try to paint reality as it is.
Right.
I mean, that's just unprecedented.
Oh, totally. Like,
And it's not like video games have been the whipping boy for like ever since they were created at all.
yeah. Well, I remember fucking what was it? Fucking Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat was one.
Grand Theft Auto.
Grand Theft Auto.
What else?
And
There's
even
Hitman. No, Hunt.
yeah, Hitman.
Hunt,
I'm pretty sure Hitman came up.
Yeah, but there was another one. Manhunt. Manhunt was banned. At some
Doom
point.
probably. I'm sure Doom came up at one point. I mean, you couldn't get away from
Doom
that
did.
motherfucker.
Doom,
I mean,
Doom did come up.
There's even an early episode of ER, for fuck's sake, that has like some of the medical staff playing Doom 2 on their PCs. I will never fucking forget that. It's like, it's
Didn't
amazing.
see that, but that is amazing.
It's like, because ER ran for like 20 fucking years, so
Yeah.
I think it must have been like, I think it was like season 1. So that would have been, so that must be about 94 or so, which is the right time for it to be there. So
Yep.
yeah, crazy shit.
Yeah.
It's,
It must
but
have
yeah.
been everywhere to get on ER. Like,
Oh yeah, it's like when you realise, like, obviously, both of us grew up in that era. It's like play a game, but yeah, it was fucking everywhere. And I mean, if you want more, you can't get any more proof than it's like it is in this
mainstream
widely
TV
watched
drama.
mainstream TV
Yeah.
drama, medical drama. Not anything to do with, literally nothing to do with any of the plot or anything. It's just there. People are playing the game on the fucking PC
Yeah,
when they should be doing spreadsheets or something. I don't know.
Instead of filling in the patient's fucking details, they're sitting there fucking blowing up fucking mutants and shit.
Imps. It was specifically imps. I think it's like literally the first level.
Right,
Which is not surprising. They're not going to go to the effort of like trying to get us like, oh, we've got to play through to the first Cyber Demon or something, and then
Oh,
do
the
it from
Cyber
there.
Demons are awesome. Oh, the new, honestly, the new Doom, and you have played the new Doom recently, haven't you?
I've completed it, yes.
It's such quite a good remake, isn't it? Compared to what I was thinking they would do, it wasn't a
I
fuck
thought it
up,
would be shit.
and it wasn't. It was quite surprising.
It
I
wasn't.
quite enjoy it. I still enjoy it. I still go to the mod bit and download the wee. Have you played through the old maps yet? The old Doom 1 maps?
Yeah, I haven't unlocked to them, so
No, you don't unlock them. You go to the mods bit where it shows you levels that people have built, and people have built the Doom 1 maps. They've rebuilt all of Doom in the new engine. It's awesome. So you can run
yeah,
through
they
the
got
old
that.
maps.
Well, yeah, I assume it would have to be because they got that snap map thing, but that looks like that's basically like a really quick way to put something together, but it's
Yeah.
not something that's going to give you all that flexibility that you need in order to have an accurate rendition. So presumably there's
Oh, well, it's
other
good
tools
enough.
that are worth.
It's
Yeah, I'm not
good
saying
enough.
it's a bad tool. I'm saying it's like the amount of. It's better.
No,
I mean,
you're
the amount
right.
of detail you'd have to put in otherwise.
It looks an easy tool to use. I think it might have some like stuff that you can't, more advanced stuff that you can't do, but I don't think so. I think they've done a really good job because they've updated it so many times now and gave you so many different options than what it started with. But I'm
Yeah, I
not
do
sure.
wonder what. I do wonder what the original developers used themselves. I mean, probably, I don't know, probably some actual proper 3D software. I imagine seems to be the case.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously the thing about Duke Nukem 3D, build was a tool they used,
Yeah.
and if they gave it to you straight with the fucking game.
Yeah. Well, this is the other thing I've got with consoles, man. This is why I don't like it. Obviously, if they were going to put that in the game, it has to work with consoles as well. So it has to be an interface you could use with a controller. So they have to dumb it down. Like, they've got no choice. Whereas if it's only on the PC, it was built on the PC, so the tool that they used, you could use. Whereas obviously you can't use a control pad for a tool like
You
that.
can. but it's going to be fucking difficult.
Right, which is why they dumb it down and they make it all menus and redesign the... Like, I don't know if they've took the tool and redesigned it so it works on a controller, or if they've dumbed it down as well as doing it. I'm not sure. I know I have used it, and it looks like it's complicated enough to do the game. Like, I've played some really good levels. I mean, people have had... do you know, like Stardew Valley and stuff like that, where you get crops and you breed them and you water them and they grow and shit? People have actually done that in the Doom map, so it's like Doom, but you can grow plants and shit. So
yeah, that's it obviously got some sort of scripting language to it. Then
mm-hmm.
I don't know. I haven't looked into it much.
No, it definitely
Anyway.
has. Yeah, so get one
Well
of
off
this.
topic. See, this is what happens.
It is, but it's good because we've got hardly any articles. So
Get through this shit so I can rip it apart.
yeah. So it took place. We went to a gaming convention. The gamers were interviewed. Blah blah blah. A video game content creator for YouTube expressed disappointment in how the answers were edited together to depict a specific narrative for the piece. Responding to an inquiry from another disappointed viewer who asked him about his participation in the City News piece. So there's a Twitter thing here. You were in this very pure excuse for journalism, where your answers taken out of context to promote this narrative. They absolutely were. It's going to make something to share my discomfort. I did a very large interview in the middle of the normal Boots sign-in to answer all of his questions, and literally all I talked about how wonderful games are. This is super upsetting.
I actually, it does. Basically, if you ever get interviewed by someone and they make you keep talking, it's just like, that's it. Just say what you say. They can't. They will take you out of context. It's like, the longer you're talking, the more raw material they have to deal with.
Yeah,
it's just that
so
simple.
They could cut it. I can do that, man. It takes me take me an hour to cut all the wee bits out and make I could get a 2-second little clip of
really
you going, I hate games. Because all I need to get you to say is hate and games, and then I would just cut that even out of context, right? At one point you just say, oh, okay, so what games do you hate? And you would answer, say, I hate blah blah game, right? And then I'd just cut whatever game it was and just put hate games. Done. I'm done. That's it. That's all I need to do. Yeah, so either record the whole conversation or just go, oh, I love games, man, fuck off.
Or the really bad ones, it's like, you ever see like the two talking heads, and like you've got the A camera, B camera set up, which is pretty standard.
Yeah.
And like you can always get the journalists later to record something else as a question, so you can be misleading in presenting a different question to the one that's actually asked and answered, which is another dirty trick.
Right. So that's YouTube done. So we're going to go to the radio now, guys. So bye YouTube, go to the radio. Shut that
Fucking
down.
YouTube addicts.
I don't. Do you know what's funny? We actually get a lot more listening on the radio than we do on YouTube.
Well, that's the point, isn't it?
Yeah.